live so they can all come in and chat if they want to. I don't know if anybody else is doing it. Not too bad. All right, hang on, let me try something. Any better? I have to refresh. All right. I said I had chemo today. It looked good. If you can't, let the rest of them know. I didn't know if anybody want to open up a room where they can finish chatting, so I opened this one up so they can come in and chat. Yeah, it's a little cheap mic. I just hooked up on my computer just to try it out. Probably could talk a little bit louder too. Just be quiet. Yeah, I was just trying to throw something together on this computer I built, and I had this cheap microphone, so I got an idea. There we go. Let me show you my hobby. It is. On my radio and ham equipment. Told Lewis since he's got all that knowledge to go ahead and try to get his ham license. He says you don't have to because he's got the mobile phone, but how much does an international phone call cost when they talk to overseas? Yeah, I got a little side table here that I put up. Brought the microphone closer. You guys have a great day. Yeah, I seen that. That was awesome, man. I really like that. I really like that. When we first moved up here, we got the Boy Scouts, and we took the boys up to this place called Dalton Park, and it used to be a real religious neighborhood up in the mountains, and it got flooded out years ago, and a bunch of people got killed there. I was assistant scoutmaster. Our scoutmaster, he was a preacher, and my son, his first baptism was in a mountain river up in the mountains in Dalton Park. He got baptized there. It was really awesome. Yeah, I've got to go through all my paperwork here somewhere. I've got my paperwork where I'm an ordained minister. But where it's at, I don't know. I never filed it because I didn't feel like I was living the right life. It's probably out of date too, because shoot, I got that back, I think, 3 years after I was electrocuted in '89. I don't know. They say that it really does. Once you're ordained, you're ordained. It really doesn't. Really doesn't. What do you say? It really doesn't lapse, from what I've heard. It said once you're ordained, you're ordained. You are a minister the rest of your life, is what I was told. Well, all you got to do is just take the paper from where you was ordained at to the clerk of the circuit court in the state that you go into, because that's what I was told to do here. So mine was from Florida, and yeah, you ordained it, and take it to the clerk of circuit court to register it to the clerk of the state that you're in to be recognized as an ordained minister. Yeah, I don't know if you heard earlier, but all that crap going on with cancer now we got to worry about trying to find a place to go to. I need to fix my camper up. My wife wants to hit the road, which I'm all fine with that, but I've got to fix some. I got some things to fix up on it and get it done before we can do that. And then this house, my gosh, man, it would take a semi truck and trailer to move all the crap we got out of here. I'm just going to sell everything, get rid of it. What fits in that camper is going to, and that's all I'm taking. But I've got it on on a bucket list to make a trip out and see you guys. He did tell me that if they do sell it, it's going to be on contract that we get to stay. But you know how that goes. Yeah, I'm going to be. SIM card comes in for my little. It's a Vivitar. It's made like the GoPros. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do it. It's a theory that I got, and it's a. I don't know if you call it a premonition or what or something like that. That you got maybe a message from God or what. I'm going to be doing a little video on it, and it's pretty wild. Like I said, it's a theory. It's pretty hair raising, man. It's pretty hair raising. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like to meet you guys. Really would. Hey, Anton. Yeah, I didn't know if anybody was opening the room, buddy, so I just opened this one up so you guys could come in and chat. Nobody's got a room, Anton. They're still on. Just let them know I'm here. Open the room up so everybody can talk. Get him, Tommy. All right, buddy. Y'all go ahead and chat real quick. While Anton's doing that, I'm going to go run to the little boys' room and grab me something to drink, and I'll be right back. Oh, hey, Tommy, here's another one of my little toys. Certain areas I get into, I can use this thing and hit a certain repeater, and I can talk to a guy. Me and him can talk to a guy all the way, talk to this fellow all the way down in Australia. Yeah, y'all probably carried the Motorola's, is what y'all carry. This one here is a Wooson. It covers 2 meter, and which that's most likely the band that y'all was on in the fire department. But this one covers 2 meter and 440. .440 is also known as 70 centimeter. And then that big black radio you see behind me with that microphone in front of it, that's a 10 and 11 meter radio. And I've got a 45-foot tower, 80-foot mast, an antenna that's a directional antenna. It's called a beam. It's called a brain fart. Well, I got 2-element beam up there, and 20 foot above that, I've got another ground plane, Amtron 99. And I'm 105 feet to the top and 1280, so I talk all over the world with that thing. Y'all hear the music or not? I'm trying not to burst it too loud so I don't get YouTube tagged. All right, that's cool. It ain't too loud, is it, Anton? Because if it is, I just tell them, oh, well, it's not my fault. It's my ham radio, and it was RF background. Yeah. Call sign is KM4DON. Kilo Michael 4 Delta Oscar November. All right, Tommy. Yeah, and Tom, matter of fact, when I first got my ham ticket, I talked on 10 meters. The very first person I talked to was a fella over there in the Middle East, and he had a weekend furlough, and he got on the ham radio. I was his first American contact, or first person he's talked to back in the States since he's been stationed over there, and he was my very first contact overseas after I got my ham ticket, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool. You know, like 10 meter is down right now, but the band's coming back up, and there's 5 or 6 guys that I talk to overseas on the 10 meter. Now, I can upgrade my license where I can go 40 meter and talk all over the place, but FCC's changing it. They've given us 6 more bands on the 2 meter, 5 more bands on the 70 centimeter 440. And about this time next year, they're opening up the HF rigs for us. We'll have several bands on those to talk to. And then with the new technology coming in on the 2 meter side and everything else, I don't really need to upgrade my license. I'm fixing to put up a directional antenna where I can hit this repeater. And that repeater's hooked up to what they call an IRLP. It's hooked to an internet link. And I can direct contact to this guy down there in Australia and talk to him all the time. And talking to him is just like making a phone call. It don't cost a dime. Oh, yeah. You ever, and it's pretty cool, you know, there's some stuff I've always heard, like on CB radio. You know, you turn on CB radio and you hear this wild noise called meow every now and then. That's pretty cool when I found what it was when I started studying to get my test. It's called a deviation splatter. What it is when your signal goes up to the ionosphere and it comes back. What happens, it catches the ionosphere the wrong way and it splatters. It scatters all out, and that's what makes the vibration across the noise, across your radio, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, like my little handheld here, man. I can take my little handheld right here. If I have a hard time hitting a repeater, believe it or not, I can stand on the opposite side of where the repeater tower is, get against that metal building, and I can use that metal building as a reflector. And here's another tip for you. 10, 11, 12 meter bands transmit from the top of your antenna, receive from the bottom. When you go into the ham frequency and everything, it's a totally different story. You transmit all the way around your antenna, unless you got a directional. Transmit and receive from all around your antenna. Unlike the CB radios, 10, 12 meter. And what's funny is you'll hear people argue about that all day. And then you get these guys that's on the CB radio that gets their ham license. They come in and get 2 meter radios, and you'll hear them sitting there talking to each other. Man, how am I sounding? How am I sounding? How am I sounding? Yeah, well, I'm pumping in 45 watts and everything else. And what these idiots is not realizing is you pump all the watts into that repeater tower you want to. Whatever that repeater is set at, that's the only thing that's coming out of that repeater. The radio I got here, it's an 8 watt. It's one of the high-end handhelds. And I can hit a repeater tower. I can hit a repeater tower almost about 75 to 100 miles away with it. I got the extended antenna on it. And if I have hit the right repeater tower, I can also use it as a telephone. Yeah. I don't know if you're on my Facebook page or what, but I posted a thing on my Facebook page, and there's a guy for like cell phones and stuff like that. He has got he's trying to teach you how to buy a booster for where you can get it for $5 a month. But he has some really, really good information on signal boosting for like cell phones. And the biggest mistake everybody is the coax cable that they use. You want to stay with a 50 ohm. Yeah, learn your N-type connectors, your SMA connector. Learn those. You'll need to learn a lot of those for that too. And all it is just the type of a connector it is. There's nothing really, you look at it one time, you should remember it. It's not something that's gonna burn your brain out. I figured more people, would want to chat some more, and I didn't see nobody open up a room, so I opened this one up. Yeah. Good connection is the biggest thing. Cell phones, like the mobile radios and stuff like that, you don't really have to worry about too much grounding. But if you're going to use, like the guy uses on that video that I've got posted there, I would recommend you grounding the antenna. They say you don't need to for your ham radios, but I do, and it does make a big difference. Yeah, if you ever see a 40-meter ground plane, handmade ground plane, dude, it'll blow your mind. So all it is 3 chokes and copper wire. That is it. You can talk all over the world with that. Spread it out like a peace sign in your yard, up in the air. You can actually lay it on the ground and talk all over the world. As a matter of fact, I got a friend here. He's a extra class. His antenna setup is buried in the ground because the neighborhood he lives in won't allow him to have an antenna. He's got his antenna set up buried in the ground. He talks all over the world with it. So 3 of us in here. I know Tommy was in here. You're in here. I haven't seen anybody come in unless they're counting me. Oh yeah. Well, when I first moved up here to North Carolina, I had a mobile antenna and a mobile radio and a little power supply. And the guy that has this house, I met him. He gave me some coax, and I took some old coax that I had and made me what they call a long wire antenna. It's where you go 102 inch. Someone told me that they count stringer 2. TJE. I don't think I got them on my subscribe list. But I just took a centerpiece of a small piece of coax, 102 inches, soldered it to a center part of a SO259. Okay, gotcha. Okay. And 102 inches down on the ground side of the SO259 connector. Tied it on a wire and hoisted that sucker 45 feet up in the air. And at that time, my elevation was 1320. And on a Barefoot Cobra 148 radio, I was talking to a guy in Texas, and he got pissed about it. Just made a homemade long wire antenna. And then when I got my first 2-meter ham radio, all I did was just took an old cell phone, magnet mount cell phone that had the little curly Q and the little whip thing on it. Cut me a piece of copper wire, 19.5 inches, and soldered down in that thing, and boom, I had a perfect 2-meter antenna. Everything go out all right there, Tommy? Get it started back up, bud? No, I didn't hear that. Anton, I don't watch too much. As a matter of fact, the only time I flip on and watch live TV is I catch the weather in the mornings, and that's it. I've got my computer set up at, I made it pretty much like what do you call them? Digital boxes where you can record your TV and watch it later. made me kind of like one of those with my computer, except for I've got 2 or 3 websites I can go to. And anything that's on TV around the world, I can stream it the next day with no commercials. I've got 4 websites I can go to that I can go to and watch any live sports bet. And I've got 3 websites I go to and watch any movie that's out in the movie theaters if I want to. But I got on here on YouTube one day called the Ewu Crew and started watching them, and started watching Christian there. And then I seen him come up and to the Goonies there one night. I was watching them and started following the Goonies and got to meet Tommy and Selena there, and kind of hit it off with Tommy and Selena. They're good people. They're really good people. I relate to them really good. So this is basically it. YouTube and every now and then get on Facebook, post my update on my treatments and stuff, and cancer and everything to everybody. And that's about it. Yeah, I can understand that. But like I said, the only time I really kick on the TV is in the morning time, just to watch the news to see what the weather's going to be like. And that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, same to you, Tommy. You and Selena both, man. Y'all are really good people. I love you guys. Great for you, man. That night we got on there and we got real religious, man. You really touched me big time. I'm going to be doing some little short videos on my life history there, and I'll be putting it in there from when I got electrocuted. You know what happened and everything. And there's some pretty interesting stuff in there. I'm going to turn a light on here, Anton, so I can show you. All right. Right here in your chest, underneath your chest here, the top part, you've got a gland there. It's called the thymus gland. That helps produce your antibiotics to fight off infections and everything else, sickness that you get in your body. Mine has got a defect in it, and it turned into a cancer. And the tumor here is about that big around right there, sitting on top of my lungs there. It's called a thymoma carcinoma. Well, after my first round of radiation and treatment, inside of my lungs are fine. And after the treatment, the radiation accidentally burnt the inside porous lining of the left lung. Now, what it is, your lungs has 2 linings in it. There's a slime layer in there. And what happened? They burnt that slime layer in between the 2 layers of the lung, and it has developed small cell cancer. So that's what's got affected on me, but which we're kind of confused on the thymoma carcinoma there. It's a very rare cancer. They only get to see 1 or 2 cases every 12 years. And mine's at a stage 4. All the doctors I've seen talk to said they've never seen one that big. But what's funny about it is 6 months before they diagnosed this thing, I went and seen a chiropractor. He pressed on my chest because he said it felt like I had a collarbone out of place. And ever since then, I've been having problems there, having problems breathing, hurting. And after he'd done that, it felt like a Mack truck was parked on me. hear you, bud. I hear you, Tommy. I hear you. Yes, sir. I know he does. And like I said, when I do that video on when I was electrocuted, you'll understand. I know he's got my back. Yeah, it started in one gland, but the thymus gland, the one protects you from getting sick. I'm gonna show you my project, guys. That I built. Hey, Katie. Here it is, guys. 1984. Robert Cray Signature Series. Fender Stratocaster, custom made. 5 feet. 2-strat neck. Logic system on it. Don't know if you heard that. But yeah, this is, I found the body here at a music shop. Some guy had a weird neck on it, and he had a Flying V cover on it. I bought it for $40. 72 neck, Strat neck. I got it off of eBay for $230. The original fridge, I got it off of eBay for $7. And then I went and researched, found where Fender gets their hardware instrument, the cover and everything right here for. And I found a company that was in Japan. I special ordered the dual pickup in the front, the original pearl inlay, and I paid, believe it or not, $17.99 for it. The back, this come off of a 74 Strat pearl inlay. I paid $3 off of eBay for it, and the Fender back plate. See if I can get around so you can see the F there. That came off the same guitar as the back plate did. And all together and everything, I've got less than maybe $400 into it, and it was appraised for $1,800. But that's that project. That one's about finished. next project I'm working on. This is the second series of a Hondo 2 guitar. The neck on it has got a pitch on it so high that the strings are set real high on the neck. So I've got to pull the neck off here and reset the neck. But I have to be real careful with it. See that? Y'all see that? Yeah, I've heard of them, Kellen. I've heard of them. Welcome to the room. There's a fella that used to work with Warwick. He moved down to Florida, to St. Pete, Florida, and he started a company called Scientific Innovations. And I got a bass from them. And the neck on this thing, good Lord, I've never in my life seen a standard bass guitar with a neck that long on it. But it has a really, really awesome sound. It didn't change the tone. He just used a scientific method, figured out where he could stretch the neck out to make it a little bit more simpler for people. It was awesome. Yeah, yeah, Katie, I thank you very much, hon. Thank you very much. Yeah, my mom did too. She had a rectal cancer, and they got rid of it. And she had breast cancer, and she got rid of it. She was supposed to take a pill for 5 years after that, and she didn't do it. She wound up getting bone cancer from the middle of her thighs all the way up. But they said she only had 6 months. But by golly, she made it 3.5 years. Katie, did you see the autograph on it? Could you make it out? Yeah. Now you know why I said I got to be really careful with it. So I don't want to mess up that Eric Clapton signature. The radio station he'd done that at, it was done down in Florida at a radio station called Q105. Mason Dixon was the DJ, and a good friend of mine I went to school with, his sister is the production manager there. Hang on, Tommy, I'll show you. And he came in and he went to different radio stations that year for some kind of children's charity, and he autographed 50 of these guitars. You see it, Tommy? But he remembers Eric signing that guitar, and he offered me $10,000 for it right then and there. I said, "No, thank you. It's not for sale yet." Did you see it, Tommy? The autograph? It's Eric Clapton's autograph. Yeah, I like Jimmy Page too, and believe it or not, some people don't. I like Joe Walsh too. I really like him. I hear recently Joe Walsh's song. I think it's called Funk Number 9. I believe it is. I just learned how to play that one. That's a pretty cool song. Yeah, one of the third bands I played in, we did a lot of Eagles songs, but I played drums for them then. I didn't play the guitar; I played drums then. Very first band I started in was a band called Avatar. We did some local stuff. I was only 16 at the time. They got offered a recording contract. Mom wouldn't let me go with them, so they took off, and they took off. Well, it was kind of hard. I don't have any strings on that acoustic and electric. It's it is what it is without an amp. And but they got recording contract. I didn't go. They became Sabotage, and they created Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Then after that, I played in a band where we did a lot of Southern rock, Eagle stuff. And the very last band I moved in was a band called River Ranch Band down there, and I played drums for them. Our lead guitarist, he was the stage manager and the technician for the Bellamy Brothers for 15 years. Our other guitarist was Rod Gerard from Herman and the Hermits, and a friend of his played bass, and I played drums for him. Life's been good. Yeah. Love that song. And that's true. All the crap I've been in, that's true. Yeah, I'm going to be doing, like I said, I've got the SDK. I got an SD card coming in for my Vivitar GoPro, and I'm going to be doing some videos with it, putting on here. There you go, Anton. Joe Walsh. Yeah, buddy. I have a mansion right in the back. Kellen, you still in here? Jump on in, say something, ask questions. What color would a blue picnic table be if it's covered with a white sheet? Well, it all depends, Tommy, how dark blue it is. If it's not real dark, you're not gonna see the color through the white sheet unless the sheet's real thin, and then most likely we're gonna turn it light blue. I know there's a punchline in this. Okay, I got it. I got you now. I see you. Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right, you got me. You got me. All right, I'll get you, man. I'll get you back. No, I had no. I'm not gonna say that, Tom, because I've already gotten you a couple times. Yeah, Katie, you ever remember the Pal Talk? You remember that? Ah, gotcha. Okay, I see where you're coming. Gotcha, Tommy. I know where you're coming from. Yeah, it was called. It came out a bunch of years ago. It's called Pal Talk. It was kind of something like this. Everybody could video stream, and then everybody could talk or type each other and everything. Then it just got ridiculous. It just got nasty. People doing nasty crap on there, and Pal Talk started charging people for it. Which, yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, if I slowed down, I probably would have. I probably would have figured it out. I know what you're talking about now, Tommy. But yeah, we used to get in there, and I had a karaoke channel in there. And yeah, back in the day, yeah. And I had a karaoke channel in there, and everybody, we all got along good. That's how we come by moving up here to North Carolina. We met some people there, and they invited us up here for Thanksgiving one year. We came up here, went back to Florida, and my stepdaughter seen pictures of their son, fell head over heels for me. She got out of high school, she disappeared, and we got 3 grandkids now. So 8 years ago, 10 years ago, my wife said she wanted to come up here and be the grandkids. I said, Lord, let's go, because I hate Florida. So we've been up here about 7.5, going on 8 years now. I really, really love it. Actually, before I met her, I was living in McMinnville, Tennessee, in the mountains. And you know what's funny about it is 6 months. I went to my brother called me up, and I was doing commercial residential air conditioning at the time. But I'm a sheet metal mechanic, truck driver by trade, and he got me a job, and I went over to the Freeport, Bahamas. Worked over there for 6 months doing air conditioning on a Wakayan hotel up there, and it was nothing like Florida was. Nothing like Florida was. You had your hot days and everything, but the humidity was totally different. Enlighten, what's up, my man? Yes, sir, buddy. Yes, sir. Well, I seen you guys over there in the Goonies room there, and they said that they wanted somebody to open up a room where they could finish chatting. So I popped this one up, bud. Yeah, I've got it too, from the middle of my back up to my shoulders, there, Katie, from when I was electrocuted. So I know you're going through that. You got that right, Anton. The town I lived in when I was down there, it's the town I grew up in, Gibson Riverview area, and we had a IGA, we had a U-Save, we had a fish and chips, a laundromat, a pizza joint, and across from that we had a combination of outside go-kart track, skating ring, and a game room, post office, 2 or 3 garages, and 4 or 5 bars. That's it. Now this the darn place is about the size of, if you know where Orlando is about the size of Orlando. Tommy, you're a mess, buddy. Okay. Never heard of that. went to over there in Tampa. I went to United Electronics Institute. But I got Cisco A+ certified. I am Microsoft certified repair technician, IBM, HP, Hewlett Packard, Dell certified technician. And after I got out of school, I couldn't land a job nowhere because I didn't have no previous background experience. So I had to wind up opening my own computer business. Kate, your fibromyalgia, did it just pop up, or did something happen to you to get that? There you go. There you go. Yeah, when we left Florida, I sold my company off to a friend of mine who was just getting into it. He wound up getting 32 businesses. These 32 businesses with major corporations, and 16 small business, and 105 residential accounts I gave him, sold to them. I came up here and I wasn't going to mess with it no more. I fixed one computer and that was it. I was in this town that we live in. I wound up being the #1 technician. I just had to call them and tell them, said, listen, I don't do that no more. I'll be glad to come over and take the viruses off your computers, straighten them up, speed them up, but that's it. And there for about 4 or 5 months, a friend found out that I take computers and I turn them over to where you can use it as pretty much as a cable box. And I've done a lot of those. I wound up stopped doing that. Anton, anything past Orlando is on Cubanville now. That's why I say, since they've actually done something good, made friends with Cuba. We can go visit, they go visit us. I'd say just cut Florida off right across the Panhandle, give it to them, and that way they've got more places to go to. A little bit of time I drove a truck over the road, I had to go down to Miami a lot. And my gosh, that place was packed. Oh, yeah, Enlighten, yeah. There's a lot of stuff down here. Miami, I hate it, man. I hated going down there. Yeah, it is. It is big tourist trap. Big tourist trap, and a good way to lose your money. You see a lot of it on TV. They show the beaches and everything else and stuff like that. Which, that's all cool and everything, but they're not showing what actually goes on behind the scenes there. Those Cubans, they've got gangs out there like crazy. I have literally had to go down through, go down 27 right before you get to Miami. You take a right, and there's a town down in there. It's called Mockley. I had to go down there to deliver water after the big hurricane Katrina went through there. and it was a sad sight to see, destruction. But you see these big old black cars, four-door limousine type things, bunch of guys standing outside, big old fancy SUVs out there in the Everglades, in the swamps and stuff on these little side roads, just standing there talking. You don't look, you just keep going. Oh yeah, they will. They sure will. They sure will. And another big thing is down there in Florida too. You get a group of guys together or stuff like that, and they think you're funny. You tell them, and they tell you they want to take you out fishing. Turn them down. Don't go. Because you'll go out fishing with them, they'll come back. You won't. They go 20, 30 miles out there in the Gulf of Mexico, and you'll disappear and never be seen from again. But they don't do it so much in the Everglades anymore, Katie, because of all these people letting these pythons go. They're down in the Everglades now. They're overrun with pythons, Burmese pythons, ball pythons. Believe it or not, even anacondas. They're getting lizards down there. There has been recently what's those big giant lizard, a Komodo dragon caught down there. But it's just they're tearing up the ecosystem down there bad, real bad. As a matter of fact, there's a law passed. I don't know how far it went up north, but it's supposed to be statewide because of that. If you own a Burmese python or any kind of exotic, monitor lizards too, yep, and any kind of what do you call them? I guess indigenous reptile that's not part of the United States, you're supposed to be licensed and registered to have them now. And then I see people all day long selling them free over the market, all over Craigslist, stuff like that. And it's outsane. People get these things and don't realize how big they get, freak out. They can't handle them anymore, so they let them go. And they're just tearing up the ecosystem down there. Leopard geckos, yeah. Those are not too bad. We've got those, believe it or not, Tommy, those are actually a type of a leopard gecko they got down is an actual native to Florida. So we used to have them around. I remember seeing them when I was kids. And let's see what else they got down there. Oh, believe it or not, they got crocodiles too. Yes, sir, they got crocodiles. You got that right, Katie. You got that right. About the only exotic pet that I ever had is a red-haired tarantula, a black scorpion, and it's a tokay gecko. A company found it in their warehouse. And I brought it home and let it loose inside my house. Never had a bug problem, but I wind up donating all of them to a high school science lab. And what was it I had? Yeah, that was exotic animals that I had. Yeah, I hear you, Enlightened. Yeah, that's the only two things I miss in Florida is the fishing. I'm a big time saltwater fisherman, used to be, and where I live at now, it's 2.5 hours to get out to get the salt water, and when you do get out there, it's heavy waves, And they make a sandwich down there in Florida. It's called a Cuban sandwich. Oh, man, it's so good. And I miss those. That's the only two things I miss about Florida. Cuban sandwiches and fishing. and that's whacked out. I don't know why that is. I don't get you guys enlightened. If I hadn't clicked on YouTube and start going through your guys' channel the other night when I came in your room there on your channel, I wouldn't even known you was on. It didn't even tell me or nothing. All I just seen was Enlighten's live now. I said, well, I said, ain't that something? I didn't get a notification. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They got another animal down there, too. Have any of y'all ever heard of a African bufu toad? El Chato, what's going on, cousin? Welcome to my room, brother. Yeah, Enlighten, they got this frog down there. It's called an African bufu toad. And me and my brother was living in this place one time. We kept, had little wood steps to it. Kept hearing something smacking steps one night. We went out there, and I kid you not, dude, this freaking toad was this big around, about that damn tall, front and the back is this long. We like to freak out. Never seen nothing like that in Florida my whole life. But come to find out, what it was they call it an African bufu toad that some idiot brought them over there to university, was doing studies on them, and they got loose and they're breeding them over there. These things get up to 15 pounds. No, Moonchild, you didn't hear Ozzy. That's a RF background noise from my ham radio, so YouTube don't, I don't get any marks from YouTube, so I got my little ham radio here, and that's what it is. It's just RF background noise. Wink, wink. Yeah, I just figured there's no sense of flipping on the line. Everybody was over there in the Goonies, and everybody kept talking about somebody opened a room, and I waited for a few minutes, didn't see nobody to open the room, so people could come in and finish chatting. So I popped this one open. Wow, are you serious? Is mine real loud, noticeable? There, move the mic away a little bit. I seen that. Take a look at this project I used the guitar. I got to reset the neck on it because the neck's got too much pitch on it. I got the strings sitting up real high. So I got to take the neck off of it, reset the neck, put it back on, but I got to be real careful with it. Can you see it? Oh, look up on it. There you go. There you go. Yeah, when I work on that thing, I got to be real careful with it because I got to lay heat to it to get the neck unglued so I can reset it. And I don't want to put too much heat to it and mess that up. Oh, thanks a lot, chat. Go to the toilet and see me hanging out, huh? So now, guys, you know where we're hanging out at L's house. We're between his room and the pooper. And when he goes to the pooper, he can see who's on. When you open your toilet tank lid, when I lift the lid, my cell phone goes on. That's scary. I don't know if I want that to happen. I'm doing the computer thing here, and I'll be doing videos on the area. But I'll be doing videos with my little Notar GoPro. I got one of those smartphones, man. And I don't know. I'm old school. I couldn't handle it. First day I got it, I didn't know nothing about it. My wife was grocery shopping for 2.5 hours, doing some shopping and everything. Come find out the whole daggum time I had bumped this thing, and I was on Facebook the whole time until I learned how to do a password on it. I kept bumping it. People call me back and say, "Hey, man, what'd you want?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "Well, you just called me." I said, "No, I didn't." So I was coming across the what we call the Yadkin River one day, coming back home, going into Elkin, and out the window and over the side of it went to. I went back to old school. Yeah, well, see, man, that's RV life. Probably pretty soon, me and my wife we're going to start doing that. Trying to get things straightened out, and we're going to start doing a road trip. And I'm going to better than that Jimmy Fallon dude. But we're going to be doing some road travel and everything, and I've got on my bucket list to head out that way to see you guys. No, it was everybody was over in the Goonies, and the Goonies signed off, and they said that people were talking about somebody open a room where they could finish talking. So I waited for about 5 minutes. Nobody opened the room, so I opened this one. Tommy came in, then Anton came in, Katie came in, and Lighton came in. And one more came in too. Yellow Lemon. Hello, welcome to the room. There's Enlightening. Yeah, Kellen, that's who came in here. I ain't seen her in a while. Kellen, you still here? And I had treatment today, so they got me wired. I took a little nap when I came in, stress nap, and they pumped me with steroids, and it wires me. It wires me. I'm going to have funky hours for the next 3 or 4 days. All right, Katie, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, dear. You have a wonderful night. Bless tomorrow. Love you guys. And like when we come out there, like I asked you the other night if you had a place for a camper hook up and everything else, we might do that, man. We might just start our own Ed McMahon and Johnny Carson show, bro. Oh, I got something for you, like you'll like this. There you go, bro. There you go. Get on the Enlightened and Zane crew fed here, huh? All right, El, go rubber feet. We'll see you in the morning, brother. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Love you, man. But I've got to show you something I was looking for. First time I got my chemo, lost all my hair. It was cold. And I was trying to find me a beanie. And I was getting real picky. And I wanted one like ZZ Top has. I looked all over the internet, couldn't find them. Come to find out, his was handmade by some African tribe. And I looked all over for it, couldn't find one. Every one that I seen was all handmade and looked like crap. I was using regular yarn and everything else, and come to find out it was actually made from cloth. So I made my own. There we go. My ZZ Top hat on. Oh, it is. It looks just like the one that I think Frank Beard wears. I believe that's who it has it. Frank has it. But it's just like his. You know, like I said, I've researched it all over and everything else. Tried to get it just like his. The only one I've seen close to it, somebody sold it on eBay for $385. And I'm like, there ain't no way in the heck I'm paying that much for one. Yeah, but then lighting that hat, that green hat there, that was my fishing hat down in Florida. Oh, Tommy's dabbing it up. Well, somebody came to the kitchen. I was going to introduce y'all. But they disappeared. There we go. That's my wife, Carrie. It's her ice cream time. Hi, Carrie. Hi, hon. She's ignoring me. Anton and Lighton, Tommy. No, Tommy and Selena at Shepherd's Treehouse out there in Island, California. And the guy that we was watching the other day, he had that hot springs and that paintball thing, and Lighton. Don't wind up having 6 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting 6. Yellow with 7. Cool. That's 7 people. Getting up in the world. We got 7 people come in tonight. Yellow, you still in? Katie and Franklin Hot Springs is the website. All right, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, we were going to move years ago. When my son was little, we was going to move to Alabama, and I had to put all my stuff in storage. And we, I hear you, Tommy. We was going to go to, we stayed at this place called McCormick Ski Camp. Other than the oak trees and the palm trees, your place looked almost just like it. What you got in the pond? That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. What kind of fish you got in the ponds over there? Is it just catch and release, or can we catch, cook, and eat? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. See, that's the big problem around here that I've got. You know, if I want to go catch something and eat it, I've got and the Pepsi machine, Anton said, and you want to go catch something around here and eat it, you've got to drive miles and miles and miles away. Because every place they got around here is just down like catch and release. Unless you want to stand in a creek for about 4 or 5 hours fishing for maybe 1 or 2 trout, and that's about it. But after a while, you get burned out on that crap. And Tommy, I definitely want to come over there and see you guys, because I've got, well, after I met y'all, man, my brain wasn't exploding. I've got so much ideas and so many things that could help you guys out like you would not believe. The water situation, I can help y'all do that with just filtration system on that. That you won't believe works really well. And the biggest thing is just taking time and digging some holes in the ground. Oh yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. I kid you not. Like if I take you out to my shed right now, I've got 6 towel boxes, 1 salt water strip. And that's not counting all the rods that I've got. I approximately got at least, I'm going to say pretty close to about $10,000 in fishing tackle. And I might bring with me and donate to the cause. Yeah, and that hole that Adobe's digging for the Adobe blocks there, Tommy, after he gets that hole done, and if he's done, I can show you that you can use to cool the inside of your house down with and not have to use any energy to do it with. Yeah, but Enlighten, you still didn't answer my question. Is it catch or release, or if I catch something and I want to eat it. Can I eat it? I love fried up bass nuggets, man. God, they're so good. Well, that's what I wanted to know there, because like I said, most places around here, it's all catch or release. You don't get to catch nothing, don't get to take nothing home. I sure miss my fish. Store bought crap just don't cut the mustard. Get good size, largemouth bass. That's just about 6-8 pounds there. Nugget that sucker up with some butter and garlic. Oh, fry it up, man, that stuff's good. No, I promise you, it won't go to waste, brother. It won't go to waste. I've eaten just about every fresh and saltwater fish that you can catch down in Florida. And we used to do a lot of hunting, so there's a lot of wild game animal that I used to eat. I've had anywhere from possum, squirrel, rabbit, raccoon, armadillo, hog, deer, snake, rattlesnake. My favorite's alligator. I used to catch those, cut the tails and the ribs and the legs off, and have one heck of a cookout. What's up there, Jeff, my man? Hope you're having a fine night there, brother. I know everybody over there in Tommy's room was wanting somebody to open the chat room, so like I told the rest of them, I waited around 5-10 minutes, nobody opened one, so I opened this one here. We've all been hanging out. Well, enlightened, we're not going to tell them what we're talking about, will we? Keep him in suspense. Damn, I'm on a world record. Hour and 36 minutes. Five, 6 people in here. 7 likes. Well, 5 people in here, including myself. All right, Lightning will most likely probably still be here for a little while. When the eyelids get heavy, then we'll drop out. I think Jeff popped in here to hide there, Tommy. So he could stop being stalked. Yeah, well, I was telling Tommy there, Jeff, years ago, there used to be this chat room called Pal Talking. Used to get in there, people used to do videos. I had a karaoke room and a regular chat room where you get in there, but it just started getting nasty and everything. I really missed it, and then I found this through the Ewu crew, and then she met, they went out to the Goonies there that night. I got, you people and stuff like that. And it's just been awesome ever since, man. I have a really good time talking to you guys. Tommy, you got to explain to him. Yeah, I did too, Tommy. I'd get on here and watch the videos, and that's about it. And then, I started watching the Ewu crew and sitting in their live chat, and then started watching you guys and stuff like that. I said, what the heck? I had that video of me at my buddy's house playing the guitar, singing that song, so I posted it on there, and then I started getting hits off of it. I said, what the heck? I got nothing else to do. I'll start me a channel there. That way people can follow me on my progress and my treatment and stuff, and get to talk to you guys, stuff like that. And I've had a really good time doing it. Really good time. It's like I told Adobe and Mike, in the Ewu crew, you don't know how much you guys keep me insane from going through this crap that I'm going through. I just have a good time coming in here and talking to you guys. And Tommy, I got to tell you something. I was sitting there one night, and we was watching, me and my wife, we sitting there, we was in your room watching and stuff like that during the afternoon. And you were dabbing out like crazy, buddy. And you was trying to read. And my wife says, why is he just staring? And I says, honey, he's just reading right now. I said, give him a chance. He's probably a little burned out right now. I said, look at him there. He looks like a chimney going on. And I had taken some meds, and I passed out. And she goes, I'm sorry, I just had to shut it off. She goes, I don't know what he was doing. He was just sitting there just staring. I laughed so hard at her. I said, he was talking too, though. She goes, yeah, but he was going slow. I said, he was reading here. He was reading and trying to answer people back. Yeah, well, that's what I told her. I said, he's a little slow on the reading and everything and stuff like that, and it takes him a little bit longer than what it does some people to read. And she goes, well, I didn't know what he was doing. He was just sitting there staring. I said, yeah, and he was probably about 2 or 3 ounces into his reading, too. But no, I do. I really appreciate all you guys. Y'all the best. Y'all are really, really, really awesome people. And like I told Tommy earlier, for some reason, I don't know, I've clicked it off with him and Selena. It's just like I don't know if I'm older than them or they're older than me, but I'm like wanted to adopt them. Oh yeah, yeah. And I will, Vinny, my man. What's going on, buddy? I hope you're doing all right up there in the hospital, my friend. Yeah, Jeff, I like getting in there with you too, man. We have a good time. I like cracking jokes every now and then. Yeah, I hear you, bro. That's the way I am. I had treatment today, and they pumped me up with that damn steroid again. So I laid down and came home. Took a little stress nap. Got up, and I've been at it nonstop. So yeah, I've been in your situation, so I know what it's like trying to lay there in that bed and get freaking comfortable. You just can't do it. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you, brother. I feel for you. I feel for you. I know exactly what you're going through, man. I know exactly what you're going through. They tried to do rehab on you yet? Oh, wait, when you get that coming? You're right in the middle of a darn good sleep. They come in, all right, come on, let's get you up, get you moving around. Freaking exactly 1 month before I got electrocuted, I went in and they thought my appendix had ruptured. Took my appendix out, and it wasn't 3 or 4 hours after I woke up. The nurse come in there, grabbed my legs, said, "All right, straighten your legs up. It's time to get up and get you moving." Good Lord, man, it felt like that woman was ripping the gut slap out of my stomach. I almost went off on her. I told her, I said, "You got 5 minutes to turn around and walk your ass out the door, or you're going to find yourself laying down on the floor." I don't know if y'all ever had your appendix removed, man, but it ain't a pleasant feeling afterwards. Especially you're laying there in fetal position like a baby because it hurts so bad. And they get you awake and everything, and then grab your legs to try to straighten you straight out. Lord have mercy. Yeah, you guys go chat. I'm gonna go grab you something to drink and go use a little boys' room. Be right back. Y'all have fun at it. Try to keep, at least try to keep Jeff in mind. Benny, not trying to be smart or funny or anything, is that the same thing they call elephantitis of the nuts? Ah, okay. Right. Yeah, that is. Did they get it all right? Did the surgery come out all right? Tommy, come on. Ben, tell him that people in that kind of condition, it's a little hard to laugh. Done surgery yet? You're lucky to be alive, brother. You're lucky to be alive because that bike's total. I had a good friend of mine lived up in North Florida, and he had one of those crotch rockets. He was riding home from work one night, and somebody just pulled out to the edge of the road. He swerved and missed. Couldn't tell the road was a little wet. He went off the road, and I don't know if you've seen it along ditches where people take concrete blocks, build up a wall around their edge of the driveway on each side of the drain field. He slid and went head first into one. He killed him on contact. Dang, man. Yeah, no kidding, but prayers going to you. Are they trying to give you medicine and try to break the clot down first there, Benny? Wow. I'm surprised that they ain't keeping you some kind of thinner or something to try to get that clot to pass, unless it's pinched. And another thing, but I'm going to pray for you that you're in a decent hospital where these doctors don't screw up. They got one down there in Florida, University Hospital, and these freaking idiots have screwed up so many times. People come in and everything, they have bad legs, they'll get a leg amputated, come to find out the doctor amputated the wrong damn blame leg. Wow, man. I feel for you, brother. I feel for you. Not to change the subject, but I'm going to pep you up a little bit. After I got electrocuted there, I was on life support system for 5 days. And I remember being in the hospital, a month prior, getting my appendix taken out. And when I finally woke up, myself, it felt like I was peeing the bed. And I passed back out again, and I wake up and I find a button that raises the head of the bed up. And I raised the head of the bed up, and I'm sitting there looking at all the lines, hoses, tubes, and everything hanging out of me. And I feel myself peeing again. I whipped the covers back and seen this plastic tube coming out of my manhood and went screaming. The only thing I remember is the nurse saying, "Go get the doctor, he's awake. Go get the doctor, he's awake." And she said that she told me later on it took her 35 minutes to explain to me what a catheter was. She said the first words that came out of my mouth was, "What's wrong with my dick?" I've never seen a catheter before, didn't know what it was. And I know I was kind of low. They had me so wild out on morphine, she said that it took her 35 minutes to explain to me what a catheter was, that everything would still work. Oh yeah, man, Jeff, it gives you a whole new outlook on life. Whole new outlook on life. I looked up on top of that mobile home, that girl grabbed the bottom of that CB antenna, and I see the top of it lay down on that high tension line. The only thing I got out of my mouth is "whoa," and I told Tommy I'm going to be doing a video on that later. Tell y'all a story about it. And then I woke up, and and everybody's telling me what happened, how many volts I took, how many amps I took, and then when I did get to move around, Roy went over there and had a guy from Florida Power come over there, and the guy walked up, shook my hand, and I said, "Why?" He goes, "I want to shake your hand." He goes, "You should not be here, my friend." He goes, "The voltage that you took and the amperage that you took was enough to live through the Florida electric chair 3 times in one shot." And after since then, man, I just had a whole new outlook on life. Live it to the fullest. So I know what you mean, man. A lot of people don't realize that. You talk about death. You see people die. I've had a lady, been in a car accident, people standing around. I went and helped her and everything. There was no way I could get her out of the car. The car was upside down. But I held her hand and comforted her. She looked at me and smiled and said, "Thank you." She passed away holding my hand. People don't realize when you hit death, and the story, like I said, I'm going to tell you people about, what happened to me after I got electrocuted. It's going to wake a lot of eyes up. It's not a lot, but it wakes yours up. Because you know what you've seen. You know the feeling that you got. So I know exactly where you're at. And what's funny about it is that lady that had that car accident, come to find out, her husband was one of our childhood friends. So, and there you go, Tommy. That was intervention right there. That was God put me in the right place at the right time. You got any of the drain tubes with the bubble on the end of them? Hey Ben, you got any of the drain tubes that's got the little bubble on the end of them? You got them on you? This thing wagging? Or it's not showing nothing on my end there. I'm just wondering if I'm still on, if it's buffering or what. Oh, it was. All right. Is it all right now? Yeah, it wasn't showing nothing on my end. Okay. I was asking Ben if they've got the drain tubes coming out of you with a little bubble at the end of them. Okay. Because that electricity, it went through here, through my thumb there. What's left of the tip of it burned it off. I won't be able to see that or not. But it went through me there. Had two drain tubes hanging out of this side. And when it came out, came out right here. Those three toes. This is muscle and skin from the thigh and my stomach where they rebuild it. The muscle makes your toes go back. I don't have that no more. Burned all of that out. This hole was from a drain tube. But I lost three toes. They reconstructed my whole right foot. Yeah, tubes and monitors. Yeah. Yeah, give it a shot, man. Give it a shot. Give it a shot there. Show everybody that big old white wig you got. Guys, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut it. It's a longer string right here, 205. So I'm breaking records here tonight. 205, 7 likes. I think I had 8 or 9 people come in tonight. Glad you stopped in, Ben. Glad you stopped in, buddy. You get out and travel and everything. I think I'm not that far from Philly, and I sure miss the live cheesesteaks. I want to go up there and get a real good one. And probably swing up into Ohio there. Malta lives there in Lancaster, Ohio. See him and head out west and meet everybody. Yeah, 203 here. 203 here. Yeah, Anton's nice talking to you too. Tommy, Selena, still there? Jeff, all y'all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow somewhere on the stream somewhere. Y'all have a good night. Many prayers are going with you and Jeff and every one of y'all. Y'all have a great night and better tomorrow. Love you guys. Night night.